Hi Cancer, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, these readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Cancer, it's for you. Remember to use your own discernment. They are general readings. Not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. If you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share. If you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So I do want to mention, if you are new to the Reydiant Nation, we are happy to have you here, but I will say on this channel I talk about everything, the entire spectrum of life, the light and the dark, and if you can't handle that, or if you're the sort of person that gets quite anxious about predictions, Reydiant Reality is not the space for you. There are many other readers out there that will give you the experience that you need. I just want to say that, right? I don't ever want to cause upset or stress to anybody, but at the same time you got to take some responsibility for yourself and be where you feel empowered, and here I empower my subbies by giving it to them straight up. It's one of the things that they love about me, and I love my community because I'm able to be as honest and real as I possibly can with them. All right, we have built up that trust. I just recently started my next round of tarot students, and there's a student on there who said they've been with me for 5 years. That's just like, you know, like, ooh, it's mind blowing and it's amazing and it's wonderful. And what that shows me is somewhere along the line I got to be doing this okay. All right. So with that said, your key to the week this week, Moon Child, is the Moon card. But if you've been with me long enough, you know this isn't actually Cancer ruled. It's Pisces ruled, and the Moon card, it has a decidedly nostalgic and backward looking energy about it. It's a very cyclic card. It's a very reflective energy, and the Moon card very often shows up as the past. Now, the past is something that you are very good at working with or reminiscing with, you know, and utilizing to best effect. It does suggest, though, in all of these different areas of life this week, you are going to be looking backward. Maybe this is for clues. It's also potentially for instinctual information. For your actions and options this week, you have the Page of Pentacles. So for a lot of you, this could be picking up an old hobby, an old practice, and it will be something that is or has a very practical element to it. So something that you've done before. Maybe this could be an old hobby, as I said, it could be an old work sort of connection. My money is on it being like an old side hustle or an old hobby. Something that you once did because, you know, you thought to yourself, yeah, eventually I would like to do that or move in that direction. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Seven of Pentacles. So you are weighing up the options this week, right? This, especially with the Moon card, this is a lot of you getting really clear on where you have invested enough time, effort and energy into something to collect, or whether you've invested enough time, effort and energy into it to say, okay, you know what? I've put my heart and soul into it. It hasn't paid out or given back. This is the time to walk. This is a moment, really, my dear Cancerians, of very powerful self-honesty. I love to see this. And that's not to say that Cancers aren't usually honest with themselves. It's just when Cancer has an emotional attachment to something, they can convince themselves to just keep going. And I think this week it's like there's a moment of real honesty and clarity where you're just saying, you know what, no, I've done enough, and I'm from here I'm going to step out or step back or whatever the case might be. Now this with the Page of Pentacles, this does, it kind of says that it does say that you are prepared to fight. If that's what it is, it's almost like I can hear a lot of you saying, all I need is the guarantee that it's going to pay off and I will make it happen, no problem, right? Cancer, if you've been with me long enough, you know I've got a Cancer moon. I'm very proud of that, fiercely proud of that fact. And So one thing that I know is that inner resilience, that whether you're a sun, moon or ascendant Cancerian, that inner resilience that we have, it's like, it can move fucking mountains, quite frankly. So, ooh, for those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this is you really looking at the longevity of how your current course of study is going to pay off when it comes to the money. What will I practically, materially be able to achieve by taking this course, by studying this thing, or maybe even by changing it, right? And because you've got the moon card here, this could be that you say to yourself, okay, you know what, the original plan was to do this, and actually the material requirements back it up. For those of you that are employed by somebody else, I think for a lot of you, you're ready to demonstrate some kind of skill, or you're ready to now finally start sharing more of what you do. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, that Seven of Pentacles, it does carry I'm in it for the long haul energy. But the Page of Pentacles, especially with the moon card, sees you asking yourself, is this purpose driven or is it profit driven? And there's nothing wrong with either one. It's just about the honesty of which one it is for you. As soon as you've got that sort of level of clarity, I think you guys are going to be fine. For those of you that are retired and no longer working, this, I think, is where you're pulling your financial support out of a situation to say, listen, it's time that you kind of stood on your own 2 feet here. All right. When it comes to your love and relations, you've got the Three of Wands. You better expand your vision. For those of you that are single and looking, this is kind of, we talk about that nostalgia. It's like you're hypothesizing this week about the one that got away, or what it could have been, or how you could have been, when really what you're not seeing is that your best love, it really does lie ahead of you and is going to show up for you this year. If I had to narrow this down and really give you a time sequence, you would be looking at anywhere from this is where I get really specific, anywhere from I'm going to say the 28th of March right the way through to the 5th of April. I think around that time, I think a lot of you will be connecting with someone. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, this is you and your partner starting to think about a profitable endeavor that you can do together. Didn't know that was going to rhyme, but it does. But I will also say, because of this Page of Pentacles, this might be something that your partner has tried to do already but hasn't been able to make it work. It could also be something that that maybe you've tried to do but haven't been able to make it work. And really the key ingredient that you were missing was support. And so your partner, or you coming into a partner's venture, is what's going to lift it and take it onward. When it comes to your money and materials, you've got the Two of Wands. Look at this. It's all earth and fire, apart from the moon card, right? So you've got the pentacles, fire. So we say in craft rules, earth and fire bring my desire. Right, so there's something in this. Now, when it comes to your money, the Two of Wands with the moon card and the Page of Pentacles, an old way of making money. Something coming back from the past but suddenly becomes lucrative for you now. That Two of Wands, especially right opposite the Three of Wands, it really is about partnering up or buddying up this week if you want to make that extra moolah. All right, that's the way forward this week. The other thing with the Two of Wands, lots of people call this this person on the card is stuck and they're not really... No, not for me. For me, the Two of Wands is a very active energy. And certainly in the Thoth Tarot, the Two of Wands represents dominion. You don't sit on your ass when you've got dominion over something, right? Come on now. I know, stinker. When it comes to your physical health, you guys know me by now. Come on. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Two of Wands is great because it is a lot of action, but you've got this next to the moon card. Don't let your action steps be driven by anxiety this week. All right, get out of your head for a moment and ask yourself, is this a reaction or is it a response? If it's a reaction, stop, take a breath, take a beat. If it's a response, continue. For those of you, and then when it comes to your home and environment, the Two of Wands, the home could be expensive this week, I'm sorry to say, right? And you have this with the moon card, so I am going to say some element of water is likely to be cost a pretty penny this week. Now, I will say, if you are replacing a washing machine, any sort of water taps, filtration system, toilet, bath, shower, etc., spend the money now and be done with it. All right. If you scrimp this week, though, I'm sorry to say you'll only be doing it again in around 6-7 months. Maybe even less. All right, so just do it once, do it proper. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.